The last colony of Roanoke.
By the late 1500s, England began to try and establish colonies in North America. These colonies were established for religious and economic reasons. Some people were leaving England so that they could practice their own religion freely, and some were leaving to try to make it rich. Whatever the reason, thousands of people left England and established the original 13 colonies. England's first attempt at a colony was Roanoke Island, which was off the coast of present-day North Carolina. Queen Elizabeth I offered the job to Sir Walter Raleigh. Raleigh soon raised enough money to send 7 English ships to America in 1585. The first winter was very difficult, so they returned to England. In 1587, a second attempt was made to establish a colony at Roanoke Island. This time, John White brought over more than 100 men, women, and children to the island. White also had a difficult time. The famous Lost Colony arrived in the New World in 1585 with a little over 100 settlers, and they built a small fort and village on Roanoke Island off the Atlantic coast of North Carolina. 2 years later, the first European baby was born on American soil to the daughter of the colony governor and one of his assistants. To celebrate, it was decided that the governor would return to England to request a replenishment of supplies and share the news of the birth with England's people. Unfortunately, when he arrived, England was at war and needed every ship available to fight the Spanish Armada, and Governor White was not able to return to Roanoke for 3 years. When he returned in 1590, the settlement was deserted and all the buildings had been carefully dismantled. The colonists were never seen again. There were no signs of any struggle or battle. Strangely, the only clues left from the settlement were a skeleton and the word Croatoan carved into a post of one of the fences that surrounded the village. The word Crow had also been carved nearby into a tree. Before the governor of the colony left, he instructed the settlement to carve a Maltese cross onto a tree nearby if the colony was gone due to force, but this was not found. Some claim they were brutally murdered by enemy natives who feared tribal prophecies, but this doesn't make sense, as there were no signs of any struggle or battle, just a carefully dismantled settlement with no one there. The very first colony of England in the New World disappeared without any signs of struggle, only to leave behind a mysterious message.
Virginia Dare became the first English child born in the New World, and to explain her disappearance with the rest of the Roanoke inhabitants, they made up this legend. Virginia Dare grew up in a tribe of the friendly Indian Manteo. She became known as Winonasca and grew into a beautiful young woman whom everybody loved. Okisko was a handsome young Indian chieftain who wished to marry her. However, an old witch doctor, Chico, also wanted to win Winonasca. Enraged, he used his evil magic to turn her into a white doe. If she wouldn't do this, no other man could have her either. Okisko was determined to undo the evil magic of Chico. He found a kindly magician, Wenokan, to help him. Okisko made an arrow with an oyster shell tip. Then, he and Wenokan took the arrow to a magic fountain. When Okisko put the arrow into the water, the arrow became pearl. If the white doe was shot with this pearl arrow, the evil spell would be broken, and Winonasca would become a human again. At this time, One Cheese decided that he would seek for fame and glory by killing the charmed white doe. He knew that only a silver arrow would kill this special doe. His father, also named One Cheese, was the Indian who had traveled to England with Manteo. Queen Elizabeth I had given him a silver arrow to his father. Now the son would use it to kill the white doe. One day, Okisko saw the white doe near the ruins of Fort Raleigh on Roanoke Island. Nervously, he raised his bow and shot his magic pearl arrow, but at exactly the same time, One Cheese shot his silver arrow from another direction. Both arrows pierced the white doe's heart. Magically, Okisko's pearl arrow turned her back into a beautiful young woman, but One Cheese's silver arrow pierced her human heart. Okisko rushed to her, but Winonasca died in his arms.